You are now done with the heel and can start with the foot. We actually knit it the same way. We knit the first and the fourth needle just as they appear. So again, clearly to the right, only knit. And we continue to knit with our crossed stitches on the middle, second and third needles. Regarding the length, I knit my socks in size 41, 42. The foot is about 20 cm long from this edge. Depending on whether you have a larger or smaller size, you need to adjust the number of centimeters. A little tip: if you're knitting socks for yourself or for someone who is currently there, you can just try the socks on. And if you end at the beginning of your little season at the moment, then you have the perfect length to start with the tip. I'll show you how to do the tip in just a moment. After you have knitted the foot in the front length, we will now start with the toe. The tip is knitted completely smooth on the right side. That means we no longer knit our overlay braids at the front. Start at the bottom of the horse at our first needle. I need to quickly knit the fourth one again. We knit our first needle normally in stockinette stitch until the last two stitches. We will knit the last two stitches together in stockinette stitch. It works like this. I'll show you in a moment. You just poke it in the front. In the second one, not here, as usual with a right stitch. Pull both stitches through, grab the yarn, just like you always do when you knit a knit stitch. And you made one knit stitch out of two knit stitches. In the next round, you will do it all over again. That means we poke here, then we poke here, then we poke here, then we poke here. In the first round, you do it all over again. That means we knit here, we knit the first two stitches of the second needle together. We will simply knit the remaining rounds in stockinette stitch. Nevertheless, what is important is that you stop, as mentioned below, before you start the horses, and that you finish your overlay bundle after the second round. Now we knit all the stitches on the right. On our third needle, we knit all the stitches to the right except for the last two stitches. We'll knit that together again. Then we poke in from the back and knit together on the right. The fourth needle is again a straight needle. In the second and fourth rows, we always knit the first two stitches together. And otherwise, again, honoring all the stitches on the right. Alright, in the next round, we will just knit all the stitches on the right. They will appear and we won't decrease anything. We only take the last two stitches together on every second round at the odd needles, specifically on the first and third needles, and on the even needles, we knit the first two stitches together. Here, always knit the last two stitches together, and on the next needle, knit the first two stitches together. That our peak, let me show it to you quickly. Then it goes up nicely and evenly here. So just to clarify, always knit one round normally without any decreases. And in each round, knit the last two stitches of the odd needle and the first two stitches of the even needle together. This continues until you have only 6 stitches left on the two needles in my size. And at the back, since I have one more stitch per needle at the back, There are 7 stitches on the needle. If you have 15 stitches everywhere, of course. If you have a total of 6 stitches on each needle, we'll see each other again. Work should look like this now. Still have 6 stitches on the needle in the front and 7 stitches in the back. That means because I also knit men's socks, I only knit 2 stitches together on the back 2 needles, leaving the front ones as they are, so I always have 6 stitches on the needle. If you have knitted women's socks or generally smaller socks and now have a total of 6 stitches on the needle, you can of course skip this step. So, now I have 6 stitches on the needle. From now on, you will knit the stitches at the beginning of each round, at the end of the needle together. So, what we have only done every other round so far, we will now do every round. Specifically, until you have 3 stitches left on each needle, then I'll show you how to weave in the ends. As mentioned, from now on, knit the stitches together in each round. So, you have almost finished your sock now. Now you just need to sew them together. It works like this. You cut the thread and thread it onto a needle. And then you poke with the needle. I'll tidy things up a bit here. So, always into the first stitch, from bottom to top, pull the yarn through and take the stitch off the needle. Again, from bottom to top through the stitch, pierce the yarn, pull it through, and take it off the needle. Now be careful with each needle, so that they don't slip down somewhere with the other needles. Good. How do you pull here in the front? Do you have a little hole like that? Here. Now you push your needle through, turn the sock inside out. So, thread the needle. You have now essentially filled this gap. Can you see it here? Now we need to sew up our thread. It's quite simple. We just poke into a stitch next to it and pull the thread through. I usually do it about 8 times, and it really holds up, especially in the washing machine. It would be a shame if the sock somehow unraveled at the tip. I knot it here by going through the loop again and pulling it tight. Then I cut the thread and the first sock is done. The second one is done exactly the same way. And then I'll show you how to finish it. So, here's your sock. And it went really super fast. A beautiful traditional sock also goes well with traditional outfits or is generally not as compact as it is now. A classic winter sock, you can still think about it now since you also need to weave in the yarn. Either you leave the cuff as it is. What I also like is when it folds down. Here this pattern, in my opinion, is also very beautiful. Then I would recommend that you always sew the thread where it can't really be seen. So if you fold it over, it's basically on the outside, and if you prefer to leave it like that, you can sew the thread on the inside. Otherwise, I hope you enjoyed my video and that you can stretch the sock. See you soon.